Yeah. Thank you, Rich, for the warm introduction. And, as Rich had said, well, actually, he didn't say it. What we would like to do is kind of give back to the community. We'd like to open up a nonprofit here in the next couple of years to help homeless people get off the streets. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but at the beginning of the pandemic, I spent the first 8 months living on the streets myself. Luckily, with God's grace and strength, He gave me the courage to get up over that and start a new life. So we have a big heart for helping people out. And now I just lost everything. It was extremely difficult, and I almost gave up a few times, right? And luckily, I met my wife, who's given me a lot of purpose. Now, since the beginning of our relationship, we have both expressed the desire to give back, and that's why change starts here.
Awesome. Sorry, guys, I got to shake off the nerves real quick. Okay, so I know what you guys are thinking. I'm the brains, he's the brawn of the operation, and I would say you're most likely right most days. It's funny because we were talking about it being 8 months this morning. I was like, you know what? I just realized it took him 8 months to pursue me to get me to finally actually go from friendship to a romantic relationship. So that speaks a lot to his perseverance. All right, so now down to business, and I'm so not used to having a PowerPoint. But anyways, I wanted to give you guys a couple little slides there. So what areas do we serve? We take care of Pinellas and Northwest Hillsborough counties. Think 35 minutes from where we're standing right now in Ruth Ecker Hall. That's our area of coverage, right? And let's talk about who you can refer us to and how. So I want you to remember these 3 people today: HOAs, investors, and property managers. We love our commercial jobs, do not get me wrong. We love to go clean restaurants, we love to clean churches, the furniture stores, the parking garages, but the big money ticket item when it comes to residential is gonna be those roofs, right? So, something that you might ask yourself is, how do I know when it's time for my roof to get cleaned? Think of those big green and black streaks and blotches all over the tile roof. They're coming down the fascia. Let's face it, Florida is a petri dish, right, for this sort of stuff. And I'm sure Rich Fika, don't get me wrong, he can definitely correct me if I'm wrong, but he knows that if a home is not properly maintained, your homeowner's insurance can actually cancel you, right? So why are we going to give them more ammunition? Let's go ahead and make sure that we're getting hired professionals like us that not only know exactly what to do, which is number one, not using pressure, using a soft wash system, but also that we have the proper insurance and coverage to be on top of that roof.
That's right. Replacing a roof is going to be one of the most expensive things you'll do for your home. You can ask Al Mishler. However, regular maintenance, including roof cleaning, is just a fraction of the replacement, and it can extend the lifespan of your investment. Another great referral source for us is that friend who just received a letter from their HOA saying that they need to clean up their place. And I'm sure Karen has probably had to send out a few of those herself over the past couple of years. And once we get into the neighborhood, it's a snowball effect. We'll be cleaning up the homes for days.
That's right, Brendan. So we are looking to meet homeowners in neighborhoods that are well established, right? So think of the locations where the homes have been around for a few decades. Think neighborhoods in Safety Harbor, right? What comes to mind for me is going to be the Huntington HOA. So there's a management company in there that's called Ameritech Community Management, and that's what comes to mind for me. I want an introduction to their HOA president, Steve Puskas, or their property manager, Sierra King. And that's going to be ideal for us because I understand that neither one of them are going to be the proper decision makers, right? But if we get a hold of Steve or Sierra, then we're in the neighborhood, and guess what? If she's in that neighborhood as the HOA property manager, how many other neighborhoods could she refer us to?
Who do you know that has an investment property in Harbor Bluffs? It's an investment property, and they're not going to want to be one of those do-it-yourself kind of homeowners. Even the sign coming into the neighborhood looks like it needs a facelift. We can get them set up on a regular maintenance package and save them money on our reoccurring services. You can refer to the rack cards that we passed out and for a little more info on our services, and feel free to reach out to me for a more in-depth one-to-one. Let us keep your home well maintained.
After all, it is your most valuable investment. So please remember, we're Liz and Brendan Miniter. with change starts here,
we clean better.
under pressure. Nailed it.
Not bad. All right. I didn't pass out.
All right, now is the most important part of the meeting, the referrals.